What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Apocaflix Movies. My name is Jake Belen, and I am your host for this video today as we are running down our most anticipated movies for the brand new year of 2020. And with me, I have the entire Apocaflix crew. Yes, we are all back for this. We are running down the movies of the year that we're going to be looking forward to. And just in case you guys don't know this, again, I am Jake. That is Keith Barnes, Jacob Hartley, Brian Avlicino, and Gio Ramos. And we are here to talk some 2020 movies. Very, very cool things coming this year, guys. Big lists. And the way it worked was that we essentially, like most of our videos for our rundowns, we put together individual lists and we add them up with points, with number 10 getting 1 point, with 1 getting 10 points, and then we get a consensus list that adds up with the highest points possible with number 1 spot, and it goes down as follows. These guys don't know the list. I'm the only one that knows the list, which makes it much more fun for me anyway. And so just how you guys doing? You guys ready to run down these movies? A lot of cool things coming this year.
Yes. It looks like it's going to be a very exciting 2020 summer blockbuster.
Yes, that is very true. A lot of big summer block. A lot of
fall stuff is going to be
a lot of non-comic book movies coming out this year. There's very few of them.
This is the lull.
It's a different year. There's no Avengers Endgame. There's no Star Wars episode blank. You know, it's a different year, and I was surprised myself when I put together my list. So and I'm excited about that.
Jurassic World is 2021.
2021, yeah.
Next year, yeah.
That's because it's all on TV. It's all TV series. It's all Star Wars. You got 2 Star Wars TV series.
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, we're getting, the Star Wars TV shows, and then
2 MCU.
we're getting at least, if they were doing a Scarlet Witch movie, it would be a huge, big thing. But they're doing a TV show, which I prefer.
Which they moved up as
with
we
that
talked
character,
about it.
yeah.
It's funny, I read an article. They were like, "Is this the year that superhero fatigue sets in?" Now that yeah.
People are like, no.
No, because there's not as many of them.
If anything, it makes the people want more.
It's a perfect time for there to be like a die down period. Yeah. I guess there's still a lot of them coming out.
Again, but as far as movies go, there's more of it on television now. It's different stuff.
There's no huge tentpole superhero film, in my opinion, like coming out.
I like that.
There's one.
I like that there is no Star Wars and huge like Avengers movie.
That's what I mean. Like to me, a tentpole movie is Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Star Wars Episode 9. Those are tentpole movies.
Godzilla Kong later on.
I would say
we haven't
so.
seen anything yet. Well, I saw a little.
Box office wise, no.
No, I'm saying it should be. Like, if 10 years ago, you're like, The Making King vs. Godzilla, that's a tentpole movie, but things change.
I would argue there is one. It's a big one.
I don't think so.
We'll get to it.
Okay.
And just, because we are talking Godzilla and stuff, we will be running down our geek movies of the year as well. That'll be our next video that's released before we do our top 10s of 2019. And so look out for that as well. But let's go ahead and get going. So we're going to save the honorable mentions for the last the last end of the show. I'm not going to mention those because I don't want to ruin the list. And overall, out of all the movies that we mentioned, there are an even 20 that were mentioned, which is really cool. So there's 10 honorable mentions that I'll run through a little bit later.
I like how you smirk when you go through this because you know that there's something.
Well, I love that I know.
And, he loves knowing stuff that we don't know.
Well, so what's funny? So I do this in an Excel spreadsheet, and so it adds up all the points for me and does all the important stuff. But because of the way I do it, the first movie is in the second box, and so when I go through it, I first initially go, "Oh my god, that movie's number 11! Like that's such a crappy move." But then I did it a second time,
the top thing,
and it was number 10. I'm like, yes, I can't believe this movie made the list. And so speaking of number 10, it was only on 2 lists, and that's because of Jacob and I, and that is Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho.
Nice.
Yeah, it comes in at number 10. With 12 points, and it's just 12 points.
I thought it was going to be higher because
I wanted that so bad.
Everybody loved Baby Driver, right? So I thought it was going to be on everyone's list, to be honest. But
I had it in the 4th spot. I had it the highest.
He didn't write this one. He's written almost all.
I think he co-wrote.
Oh, did he?
I think he co-wrote, or maybe co-wrote another version of it, maybe like a cleanup.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So for me, there's certain directors, and I'll mention this, for my whole list, this is important for me, is the director. And Edgar Wright is one of the, like I read the synopsis, there's not even a synopsis, but we don't even know what this movie's about, really. But just the fact that he's making a new movie this year, it was automatically in there. It was number 6 on my list.
He co-wrote it. Yeah, 6 on the list. 6
It
on
was
the list.
6 on my list. Yeah.
And this cast is incredible. You got Anya Taylor-Joy is leading it. Matt Smith is in there.
Well, that's another reason why it's up there.
Terrence Stamp. Terrence Stamp is in there.
Like, what?
And then a lot of unknown actors, which Edgar Wright uses a lot. A lot of unknown people that we don't recognize. But obviously, no Simon Pegg, no Nick Frost, right? Typical stuff. They'll probably have a cameo.
Nick Frost will be in there somewhere.
Anything Edgar Wright is like gold to me, especially after Baby Driver. It's his follow-up to Baby Driver, right? It's the next stamp of his. I'm looking forward to, and like Jacob mentioned, we don't know a single thing about it. We have no idea what it's about.
That's insane to me that it's your number 4.
It's Edgar Wright.
That's
Wright,
one of the
man.
reasons
That's all that matters.
I'm very excited. Earlier this year, I watched, believe it or not, for the first time, I watched Hot Fuzz.
Oh my god!
I've never seen that.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I was like,
Hot Fuzz.
where's this movie been in my life?
Are you
How have I
serious?
lived this long without it? It's one of the.
I probably
movies
watched
I've ever
Hot
watched
Fuzz
in my
more
life.
than any Edgar Wright movie. Like
It's-
it's hilarious.
I like Shaun of the Dead myself,
As
but
much as
Hot
I
Fuzz
love-
is.
I haven't seen Shaun of the Dead. As much as I love Baby
You
Driver.
haven't seen Shaun of
Wait,
the
have you
Dead?
seen At World's End?
I never finished it. I started and never finished it.
So
yeah,
you
I wanna watch
haven't
all three
seen
of
the
those.
Runaround trilogy that he made
Cornetto
with those
trilogy.
3? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
I watched
god.
Even I've seen Shaun of the Dead.
Oh my god.
I need to watch them. Yeah. I love it. Well, I don't want to spoil that war. I know some stuff about it, but yeah, Hot Fuzz is literally one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Like,
it is
So
So does
good.
Bike Chicks.
and
Oh my god! Please.
you love Hot Fuzz. I'm curious how you feel.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Scott Pilgrim
Yeah.
is
Another
probably my
great one.
favorite,
Yeah.
but Hot
I've never
Fuzz is
seen
right
that.
there. And so, yeah, I was. This was close for me. This one, the Edgar Wright one.
At least you remembered it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I-
I was very excited.
Us both,
I
when
fought
you said
myself.
it, we both looked at each other and go,
Yeah, what?
I've never even heard of it.
All right. Well,
Real quick, what's the date? Do we have a date?
it's right here. Hold on a
This
sec.
fall, right? I know it's
It
like
is.
November or something.
It doesn't have a date. It's just 2020 right now.
So it might not even come out this year?
It'll come out this fall.
I'm sure.
Oh no, excuse me. September 25th.
So
September 25th.
It's a good
Sooner.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
September's going to be a hot month.
September 25th. So that's its date. Okay, moving on to number 9, and this is the first big tentpole film of the year, and this was only missing on Gio's list, and this is on a tie with Last Night in Soho, but because it was on more lists, it's right above it at number 9. Disney's Mulan.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this at the highest point was on Keith's list, and it came in at number 4, I believe, or no, number 7.
Six.
Six. There you go. Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean Mulan. Disney's Mulan.
That
It
movie
looks amazing.
It looks great. It
badass.
really does.
That movie looks good.
It's weird because it's so close to coming out.
March 27th.
Yeah,
But it's
right,
like
yeah.
it's still 2020. Like most of these movies feel so far away, but not Mulan.
I know, I
It'll
literally,
be here before you know it.
I
Like
literally
Mulan-
wrote 20 today on the date, and I was like, ooh,
That last trailer, the most recent full length trailer of Mulan, just makes me want to cry. Like it's just, it looks so great. I'm hoping this movie doesn't disappoint. In quality.
I don't think it.
The
I know
reason-
what you mean, but
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think
hoping
it will.
It's just because we've talked about it before, but it's a Disney remake that's taking a different approach.
Right.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
not lending itself to being the Lion King of Mulan. It's not recreating it to a T. It's recreating it, but giving it new life that we want to see as viewers. And from what we know, it's also taking into account the original story of
It's
Mulan,
almost
which
like
is
it's
very
not an
exciting.
adaptation of their animated
Exactly,
film, in a way,
exactly.
Yeah,
which is-
exactly.
Which is really
That's
cool.
what I think. Yeah, exactly.
I originally was one of the people that was like, no Mushu, I'm out. No
Eddie Murphy.
no singing, I'm out.
That's
Yeah.
the.
I kind of dig the not
That's
singing,
not what it is.
and
Yeah.
I love the music in the trailer.
The use of the music's
That's-
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up. I think.
And there's hints, there's Easter eggs. Like he says, we're gonna make men out of all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
so
yeah.
cool. Like
That's
that's, all you
perfect.
need. Don't
That's
even.
The visuals look great
Yeah.
too. The way the action shot looks really good.
when he's
They're gonna work that song in, like you said. You'll
Yeah.
hear it.
I think
Yeah,
it's in the
they'll
score. Like the
It's
melody
correct.
is in the
yeah,
score.
it'll be.
That's one of the best Disney
when
songs
the
ever.
visuals when he runs towards the wall and then the camera shifts up.
That's
and
crazy.
Oh, that was cool.
That stuff's
Well, the visual with the witch too, and how
The
she turned
witch- I'm-
that stuff looks really good.
I'm actually really excited about the witch, and she has nothing to do with
Yeah, right. I know.
The
They're
animated-
real.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah.
animated one, does she fight in her dress like she does in this
I
trailer?
don't think so.
At the end.
towards
At the end she
very
does.
end.
At the very end she
she
does.
That's right.
Yeah, at the very end she
Because
does.
I haven't seen it in so long, but that's cool. I love that end
But-
shot
She
when
left her
she's
hair.
But
like,
it,
in
it
her-
definitely
yeah.
looks like it's taking a little bit of a different approach and maybe doing it a little bit earlier.
It
As far as what the
possibly-
trailers are hinting at.
Yeah, where she like lets her hair down.
Yeah, it looks like
I
it may
know
be
that.
a much bigger reveal than the animated movie from what I'm seeing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I had it at number 7, so that's.
It,
I knew it was going to be on my list.
Do you know much about this actress?
no, she's big from where she's from. And
Sure, right.
Yeah.
She's
Probably a huge star. Right?
believe me, I've read through every one of these comments. We got bashed like crazy. She's an American born, but she is huge over
Huge over
in China,
Right.
and yeah, it's to them it's like
Oh yeah.
Well,
I mean-
she was born here, but I would imagine she probably lived there for most of her life because of her accent. She definitely has an accent.
probably,
Sure.
but like they said. Like a lot of the comments were like, "She's an American actress.
Yeah.
Like, she's an American."
We can't know everything.
Well,
Okay,
I think
Matt.
we made a comment about them not taking like someone like like a Chloe Bennett or someone who's
Yeah.
Americanized Chinese
Yeah.
and taking someone who's literally from China,
Okay.
and they're like, well, she's from America,
Yeah.
but like we were trying to make
Like
it
on Wikipedia,
Exactly,
it
yeah.
says
We don't-
like American Chinese.
yeah.
So like, but yeah,
Um,
no,
It's like
she's-
Nicole Kidman was born here, but
Yeah.
she's Australian.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
So, but yeah,
So, yeah.
I'm excited. I think that it's gonna nail in China, hit that demographic, while still giving the Americans like their like classic Disney that
Yeah.
they want.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
This is like the most excited I've been about a Disney property. Like, I don't know why.
This
like,
is the most I've.
Anything.
I'm more excited about this than I was for Lion King. For
This is
sure.
last time I was like this was the Jungle Book.
Yeah, and even though I love Aladdin, I wasn't excited for it like I am for Mulan.
That's because we
so-
thought Aladdin was gonna.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
I don't know.
I can't wait.
Nothing will match. But I'm close though. 'Cause I love.
See, that's
love
how
Mulan,
I am
too.
with Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was my like story. Like, if I had to pick like the princess story, that was
Yeah,
mine.
Well, yeah,
So like
That was how
I,
you were.
yeah, I
Yeah,
love
so-
Beauty and the Beast.
Me
but
too.
Yeah.
The original,
I like it.
I don't like the remake that much.
Yeah, I like the remake.
And you were so excited.
I was.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's move on to number 8 and sitting with 16 points. This is only thanks to 2 lists, and it's because it's at number 1 for Keith, The Many Saints of Newark.
What are you doing? What's wrong with you guys?
Jacob also had it.
I know it's not you.
Uh,
What's wrong with you guys?
Well, they're not Sopranos.
This is the
man.
Sopranos sequel.
Fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
prequel.
okay.
Prequel? Prequel.
yes.
Prequel.
So
This is the second time him and I both looked. at
is
each other
number
and
1
went,
on your list?
Number 1, baby.
Number 1.
Yeah.
That's why
I
I
have
told
it
you
at
the
number.
other day. You were
I
like,
have it at number 5.
oh, this
Yeah.
is number
The other
1
day,
for
I
me.
told him I was like, I hope you considered Many Saints of Newark on your list. And he's
I was
like,
like-
I did.
So it was on the
I've
cusp.
heard about this. Isn't his son playing?
Yes, his son's
son,
playing
yeah.
him. So it was on the cusp for me because I have never seen The Sopranos. I couldn't put it on.
Oh, you never watched
I
it?
never watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never
Well,
watched it.
But you're excited for this movie.
I am excited.
Yeah.
I am. I love James Gandolfini. I love him, and I'm looking forward to seeing what his son is able to do with it.
Mhm.
And I know the story of The Sopranos. I just never watched the show in like detail.
Oh,
So,
you should watch it.
yeah,
So-
I want to at some point. For
So
sure.
if you watched the show, you'll be so much more excited for this because John Bernthal is playing his dad, which is freaking amazing
Johnny
if you
Boy
know
Soprano.
the character. And what's his name?
Who's playing Uncle Junior?
Let me look it up. Hold on, let me look it up for you.
Corey Stoll.
Are you serious?
Yes, Corey Stoll. Is it Corey Stoll?
I'll look it up for you guys.
No,
Yeah.
how to
Corey
pronounce
Stoll.
his name?
Corey Stoll.
Stoll.
We looked this up last time. Corey Stoll is playing Uncle Junior, who
didn't know that.
the Uncle Junior character is like crazy on The Sopranos. He's so
Or
like,
is he?
I mean, he's just his character as the he's so back and forth. Like
Right.
1 minute you hate him, 1 minute you love him. It's like that's a perfect casting for the.
Okay, so here's the leading cast. The leading cast. So you mentioned Michael Gandolfini, John Bernthal, Corey Stoll, Billy Magnuson, who played the wacky prince in Aladdin.
God, this
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in there. Vera
He's
Farmiga.
the White Prince.
And
Is she playing Lydia?
there's no cast names next to
I
it.
think she is.
And then
I think she
Oh my
is.
gosh.
the next big name is Ray Liotta.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
I do think Vera Farmiga is playing
Playing his
the
mom.
mom.
Oh
So
my god.
that's the thing. Like
Wow.
I just watched The Sopranos last year, like in 2019
I like
for the
Vera
first time, and
She's great.
I
Great actor.
couldn't be more excited for this movie. Like it's
His
the thing
mother-
is some of the
Clearly,
best
you can
parts.
because you had 4 other things before.
It's weird to say there's a mythology with The Sopranos, but
Oh, there
is.
is. Yeah.
And this is like like going into the mythology of the Sopranos. It's
Yeah, well, the
awesome.
characters that we heard lots of stories, between different people on the show about the old days.
and there's
Tony's
flashbacks
dad,
and stuff. Yeah.
Michael's dad as well. We heard about because there was a storyline with his father, and he didn't know him. There was some stuff that Tony's dad's old crew and the stuff that they used to do.
And I mean,
Soprano family.
Tony Soprano is going to be in the movie.
He himself.
So, Michael, Tony, obviously. Billy Magnuson is playing Paulie Galtieri.
Oh my God! Really?
John Bernthal's playing Johnny Boy, and Vera Farmiga is playing Livia Soprano.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
Dude.
those are the only cast members announced so
I
far.
saw her on the list as on the show. She's one of the. I think she was rated the show's TV Guide, the worst TV mom.
Oh, ever.
Oh,
She
yeah,
is.
she's Norman Bates'
She's a
mom.
terrible, terrible person.
Yeah.
And so to see Vera Farmiga take on that role, that is going to be very.
Yeah, and like you said, she has played an evil mom before. Too.
Yeah.
She's so good in that
Oh,
role,
she did
though.
play-
I know.
She's so that
I
Bates
watched the first
I watched the
four
entire
episodes,
series.
yeah.
It's so good.
I'm
Such a
just
good
happy
series.
This movie made the list. I didn't think it was going to make
Yeah.
the list. And
Thanks to you
having
two.
it number one,
Thanks to you two.
That's awesome.
All right, moving on to number 7, and it's our very first comic book movie of the list, and it's on 4 of the 5 lists, not on Geo's. Black Widow with 21 points, and the highest it was at was tied between Jacob and Brian at 4.
Yep, have it at 4.
Brian, what do you think, man? Black Widow?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm hoping for another MCU movie, but now that Black Widow's here, I'm not thinking a good shot.
Where are we at on the list? 6 or?
This is 7.
7.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
I had
that
it,
first
so-
trailer is way better than I thought it was going to be.
It looks a lot better than I was
and
expecting.
the
Me too.
score of that trailer,
Yeah, I downloaded it. It's so good.
It's so
It's so
good.
good.
For that character.
Oh, it's so good.
Like,
It
so
is
good.
It's so
so
different,
good. I mean,
I put it on my list because I have it at 7. But if it's anything like Winter Soldier, and
Which a lot of Winter Soldier vibes.
right,
The
It does
music
have that.
specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just that, like I said, that vibe, that whole kind of, I mean, it's Taskmaster. You got
Red Guardian.
Red Guardians.
well, the cast.
Played by David Harbour, that guy.
Yes.
It still fits.
The cast is incredible.
Yeah, Rachel
Yeah.
Weisz, Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Great,
It's,
great cast. We don't know who's playing Taskmaster yet.
Downey Jr. Has he been confirmed?
Who?
Rob Downey Jr.
Oh, he hasn't been confirmed.
We have been.
People are saying it's more than likely a flashback.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
Or a
still
scene
alive.
that was from a previous movie.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, William Hurt
William
was in
Hurt,
there.
that's right.
But
But he's
De-aged
still
William
alive at
Hurt.
this point. So
Yeah,
Yeah, Tony Stark's alive, so
Yeah.
who knows? It could be like on TV or something. Like she's watching.
Well,
TV
people are
and
thinking that it may be the scene from Civil War where
That's what I said.
her and Tony Stark had that
like
kind
an
of fallout.
extended
There's-
thing of that. Though?
Maybe.
They're just gonna
Maybe.
replay that same scene.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Later,
But-
that's literally could maybe be where it starts.
because he's probably very mad at her. So,
Yeah. I mean,
What she did. So yeah.
But man, Black Widow is an OG Avenger, and her character arc in the whole entire MCU is amazing. I am so excited for this.
She's finally getting that solo movie.
Long
She's
overdue.
finally
Yeah,
getting that
way
solo
overdue.
movie.
Long overdue. She's
11
since
years.
2010.
No, yeah, 2010. Yeah, 2010. 2010. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny to think that
She's
she's not the
literally a-
first MCU female superhero
Yeah.
film.
she's an legit OG of the MCU. Deserves
Arguably a lot of people's favorites.
Ahead of right. We saw her before.
Yeah.
Before Thor. Before.
Well, she was in like what 6, 7 movies, right? Iron Man 2, Winter Soldier, Avengers, Age of
If
Ultron,
you're- if you're-
Infinity War,
Avengers, Iron
Endgame,
Man
Civil
2,
War.
Civil
That's
War,
7.
yeah.
Like
If you're taking
Yeah.
just the
Infinity War,
movies,
Endgame.
she's the most prominent female
Yeah.
comic book character in the movies
Yeah.
to this day. Like, who knows? Like 10 years from now, we might have 8 Wonder Woman movies, but as of right now, it's Black
It's
Widow.
her.
So-
Totally.
I mean,
Totally.
yeah, it literally launched her career. So.
Scarlett Johansson? You're insane.
Talking
I'm
about-
kidding.
Wow.
I
You clearly
I
never,
I went with
you,
it. I
you've
was like,
clearly never
have
seen
you
a
guys-
movie.
I was-
Lost in Translation.
I was a
I
fan of Scarlett
Match
Johansson
I
way
know.
before
Lost
Black
Train.
Widow.
I literally just
Home
went to
Alone
him
3.
watch- I literally was like, watch this.
Yeah, she's in Home Alone 3.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's the sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
Match Point. She's
Okay.
great. in that.
No, Lost in Translation. Lost in
Lost in
Translation.
I
Lost in
thought you liked
Translation.
her.
Hers great, but Lost in Translation is like the very first one. Like the first one.
Was that S-
Over the
that SAT
Island?
movie where they stole the?
The
Chris
Island,
Evans is in it.
yes.
Well,
What about the island?
they
Oh, the perfect
stole
score.
Perfect score.
The perfect
yeah.
score. Yeah.
The Island.
I love
Hello?
The Island's great. Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, so oh my god,
I
it's
do.
such a
Terrible
guilty
movie.
pleasure of mine.
No, it's
Such
a guilty
of
pleasure.
mine.
For me, it's like Pearl Harbor.
Oh my god, I
love both
I
of
would
them.
watch that movie over and over and over again so much. All right, moving on to number 6. This was only on 3 lists, but because it was at number 1 for Mr. Avellino. Eternals at number 6.
Thank God. I would have been
Alright.
heated if this movie wasn't on you guys. If it wasn't on this list, I would have been mad.
So Gio had it at number 2, and I had it at
why I like you.
6. No,
Finally, a movie of mine made the list.
yeah, 6.
Wait, it was just us 3.
Just us 3.
You didn't have it on
Shame.
your list?
Shame
Oh, wow.
on both of you. You
No,
especially.
All right, here's the thing. Like, it's not on my list because I don't know anything about the Eternals.
It doesn't matter. The cast is
So just-
insane.
You know
Like-
anything about Edgar Wright's movie?
But I know he's directing it. Like, that's
true. Yeah.
The thing is, like, look,
You're not confident in Richard Madden,
Angelina Jolie.
Gemma.
look,
what's-
I'm
I
excited.
will come to their defense on this one. A
Brian
great cast
Cranston.
doesn't mean a great movie. I will come to their
Look,
defense on this one.
Don't. all right,
I'm sorry. Is there
I'm
ever been
excited.
a really bad MCU movie?
Thor to
Yes.
Dark World.
Yes.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
If that's your
Iron Man 2?
I'm sorry. That
No. Iron Man 3 is a good movie.
Iron Man.
Iron Man 2, but I just like I can't. I'm not as excited about it. I can't just deny my feelings. When I was going through my list, I was like, do I want to see this more than that? Yeah. So if I were,
good. Don't come when it comes
it's
out.
number 12 on my list. Like so.
Oh, Keith, come on. Let's leave this conversation for another
Yeah.
time.
Good. I don't want you to come when we watch this. It's going to be
it's
amazing.
not what-
It's
get
going
outta
to
here.
be. I literally think that this could blow up to the level of.
I didn't have it on my list either. 'Cause you know why? Because everything on here is better. Can't wait. Not better. I shouldn't say that. But I'm looking more
No.
forward to all this.
Wait,
stuff.
hold on. Hold on. I want to see it. Finish that comment.
Sorry.
Better than what?
I think that this could be potentially better than. Eventually grow into being better than an Avengers movie.
You're insane.
No?
You're talking about Age of
Age
Ultron?
of Ultron, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Look,
There's a lot of movies better than Age of Ultron.
You know,
I think a good comparison and like something to compare it to is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was just gonna say that.
Because not that it's similar, but it's a new Marvel property that people aren't familiar with a group of characters.
And that's
we had no idea what.
what's the most exciting and why I have it at number 2. is
Yeah,
because
sure. So-
they're exploring a whole different corner. I mean, yeah,
Right.
there's some of the Cosmos and Guardians of the Galaxy, but not like the Eternals here. This is what Kevin Feige has wanted to tell for the longest time.
yeah, it's not even like. I'll give it to you. You don't know, and This has been
Well,
like
that's
my.
the thing. You've been hyping it up for like a year.
Because I've been reading.
You've been- since
I read the
Infinity
whole
War.
first Jack Kirby run. It is genius. It's like these characters are literally like Greek gods, stuff that people know because
Yeah.
they performed certain tasks that then these people worshipped them, and that's how they got to be known as who they are. And it's a genius concept that I cannot wait.
So to be honest with you, it very well could end up being my number 1 movie of next year. Because I love the MCU but as of right now, it's just
I'm not gonna let you.
it's not in my top 10.
I have no doubt.
You're taking this real personal.
Well, because
Yeah.
It'll be good, but
If his is number 2, and his isn't even on the
It's
list
not
for
even
an
about
MCU,
that.
MCU
It's like,
movie,
It's just about it's
Well, no,
it's number 12 on my list.
I'm honestly looking forward to this movie more than Black Widow because I think
Me-
Black Widow came.
this is
too
my
late.
number 1.
Not that we don't.
I hear you on that.
Not
I
that we
can
shouldn't
understand
get a Black Widow movie, but this movie should have came out in 2014,
that. Yeah,
2015.
I hear you.
Especially coming off of Winter Soldier for her. But I mean, I think for me, it's that Comic-Con where you saw the concept art, where all of the cast was on stage and then love on the screen, all their characters. Those costumes look beautiful, man. They look awesome.
Where was it on your list, Jake?
Higher than yours.
It's the movie that could very well.
Hold on, let me
introduce
look.
the mutants
I had it at
that
number
did,
6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had it at
6.
6. Yeah.
It could be a
Damn, 1,
very,
2, and
very
6.
important
That's
movie.
Yeah.
pretty high.
Yeah.
It's a
Didn't
movie
have
that
it.
probably won't get a
Yeah.
sequel, but it could.
It is gonna get a sequel.
But the significance.
It was on my list at first.
You know what? You know what's going to be really, really hard.
Yeah.
You know what's
Exactly.
going to be really, really hard to see is that what if this movie's disappointing and Brian's face after this?
It's not gonna be disappointing. I have no
He's
doubt.
not going to admit it.
Nope.
We're
Even
gonna
if it's
replay
the
this.
worst
We're
one.
gonna re-air this.
Yep.
And
Totally.
then we're gonna, Brian.
All right.
I'll
Let's
fight this to the end.
That was the most
Apologize
angry
to
Brian
us.
ever got.
let's move on to number 5, making the 5 spot. And this should be way higher. Shame on Jacob and Gio for not having this on their list. And this is on a tie with Eternals. But because it had a higher average at 24 points, Denis Villeneuve's Dune.
Okay.
Ooh.
This was my number 1 movie for 2020.
Yeah. I figured you'd have it at 1.
Where's
Yep.
this is in
I have it
top
at
5,
three.
isn't it for me?
Where did I
I think
have
it's
it?
number 4.
Brian, you had it at number 5,
I didn't.
and Keith had it at number 3.
This movie's gonna be freaking good.
Shame on both of you for not having it on your
Explain
list.
Okay, so I have not
You're
seen...
about to get kicked out of here in a second.
I have not seen the original Dune.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
Since I was a little kid.
I
I had no idea
haven't
what
seen
was
Blade Runner 2079, whatever it's called. I don't know. I haven't
He
seen
doesn't
it
even
yet.
know the name of it.
Blade Runner 2. Okay.
We missed that.
Oh my
That's
god.
another one I missed on our
What's it called?
decade.
Oh, 2049.
2049.
24.
Harrison Ryan Gosling. But from what I've read, I am very excited. It made my geek list, okay? Alright, so it's on there. Prisoners was awesome.
Your speaking privileges are revoked right now.
Look, same thing
You
with
too.
them.
You didn't have it on, so shh.
You're fine.
I'm kidding.
Fine.
You just let Jake brainwash you into thinking everything Denis Villeneuve does is.
I don't speak that
No.
much of him.
No.
I don't speak that much of him.
You want to know
But he
what?
is God.
It is.
He is God.
No. Because I did not
hasn't even
love
made it okay.
2049.
No, everything is brilliant. It's all brilliant.
I was like, okay, with Blade Runner 2049, what's got me on Dune is this cast.
Well, true.
This cast is what's got me in
So,
big time.
would you have the same excitement if it wasn't Denis Villeneuve? It's just
Yeah.
random director.
Yeah.
Dune and just
I
same
wouldn't.
cast.
I wouldn't.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
wouldn't.
So he's going a different route. But for me, I've never seen Dune.
Neither have I.
I'm not as high on Denis Villeneuve as you guys are. You guys know this. Prisoners is absolutely
Yeah,
incredible.
Jacob Bucky's.
Arrival is absolutely incredible.
Oh, you did Arrival?
I haven't seen Blade Runner
Sicario.
2049.
Are you effing kidding me?
I've seen
Both
it.
of you, shut up. Shut up, Jacob. Go ahead.
and
God.
look, that's what does it because
Sicario.
I agree. Prisoners is amazing. Arrival is amazing. I haven't seen 2049, so I can't speak on that.
You haven't seen it either?
No, you know this. Also,
Sicario. He directed Sicario.
Oh, he did
Sicario
Sicario?
is another Mad Max
Hey,
Fury
you're
version.
forget.
What?
I don't know how I feel about it compared to what you guys feel about it.
Jake is just getting
Hey,
shot after
you're
shot.
forgetting one that I made you watch. Enemy.
That was me.
I
that
never
was
watched
you?
it. I never watched it.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
I need to watch it though.
should watch
And
that.
don't get me
you'd
wrong,
like that.
Denis Villeneuve. It's hard to say because,
Jake, you're in slugs to the chest.
but no, Denis Villeneuve is like top 3 director working today. Period.
No, he's top 1.
Alejandro Inarritu.
No, we've seen
Doesn't
2
work.
movies of him.
Back to back.
I hear ya.
director
To
wins.
me,
I
it's
love him too.
James Mangold. And I haven't even seen Ford v Ferrari, but it's James Mangold. But I mean,
Let me run through this cast. Let me,
not
just,
the
It's not
let
the
me run
Wayans
through the
brothers?
cast. Hold on, guys.
The Wayne's brothers
Hey,
aren't there?
let me run through this
but
cast
the
real quick.
cast doesn't do like you
I know,
talked
that's
about
fine, but
earlier.
I'm going to talk about the cast. I'm going to talk about it. Timothy Chalamet as the lead, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Jason Momoa, Stellan Skarsgård, Oscar Isaac, Dave Bautista, David Dastmalchian, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, and Charlotte Rampling.
That's an amazing cast.
Bardem and Jason Momoa. Goddamn.
Dude,
I knew they were all
it's
in it, but
ridiculous.
hearing that together is hard to
It's
not be
ridiculous.
excited
Look,
about. But
I wish any other year this would be number 1. The 2 that I have ahead of it.
I understand all everyone's sentiments. You're all effing wrong. I'm just kidding. Keith, you're right.
What do you mean? We're
no, so
five
like,
on mine.
here's the thing, so Jake and I were talking about we all like a top 20 list, right? Dune is on that. For me it would be 16. So it's not that I'm not excited about it. It's just these other movies
I
I'm
need
more
to hear
I
excited
can tell you
about.
right now, it won't have anything to do with the original movie. Don't worry about that.
No, it's gonna be
to
completely
watch.
different. It's
But
gonna be
read the
completely
books.
different.
But
Yeah.
somebody
I
who
would
has
recommend the
I'm not gonna watch it.
a
I'm gonna watch this one
preconceived
first.
fan, they're a fan of it beforehand, whether it's the movie or the books, is prone to be more excited about this. And I've never watched it or read the books. Yeah.
A lot of Star Wars is
Oh,
based
man,
on.
I do.
So you know what's funny is one night, and this has nothing to do with the movie. One night I tried to put on Dune and I fell asleep. I put it on super late and I watched the first 20 minutes of it.
Yeah,
It seems kind of dated to
It's
be honest.
it is, and it's
It's like Blade Runner.
it's
It is-
quite
it-
different from.
It's right. It's ripe for right now.
I
It
would
is
recommend
ripe
it.
for right now.
I would recommend it.
Original
to us.
Dune? Or you mean this
The
new Dune?
remaking it. The
yeah.
story is ripe for right
Especially
now.
and you know what the thing is? It'll be like Blade Runner, and it probably won't get big box office, which is a shame.
I don't care. I don't
Oh, no,
care.
I don't
I
either.
don't. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
Really?
But,
I think this cast will bring in people. No?
If Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford didn't, this
Right.
movie might most likely won't.
Yeah,
either.
but that's two
Unfortunately.
people. The
His
list
movies
names
don't
keep
make-
Like,
But his
Sicario
movies,
and-
they don't
Honestly,
bring in money.
like-
Right, Sicarios like the only one.
They're
And-
small budget movies with a big
Sicario
budget.
was
That's the
It
thing.
could be another 2049 situation, or it could be like an Avatar situation where it just blows up and it's like
Because it's so
phenomenal.
different. Because
possible.
it's
Hey,
very
man,
possible.
It's
It's very
possible.
possible.
And
It's gonna look amazing. It's Roger Deakins.
I will double check that. I hope so. I freaking hope so.
Roger Deakins.
Hans Zimmer better do that score too. Oh man, let me look it up real
But
quick.
you know, a lot of Star Wars is based on.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Star Wars is influenced by a lot of
George
stuff.
Lucas.
A lot of stuff.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
but
Came
Lucas,
up with that.
the whole
Flash
spice, the whole idea of like
Flash
Han Solo being a
Gordon,
spice runner, that directly from Dune, because that's what Dune is about, is spice. That's what it's. So
Deacon is not doing it.
Who's doing it?
Greg Fraser.
okay, I'm sure it'll look great.
So,
either ways.
anything
It's fine.
Villeneuve,
whatever he
yeah.
says, it's fine.
All right, guys. Well, let's step away from that madness for a second.
Take the holes in your
Jesus,
chest.
yeah.
What number was that?
That was 5. Number 4 is one of 3 movies that made all of our lists, and it was at the highest at number 3 for 2 with 28 points. That is Wonder Woman 1984. Both Jacob and Brian had it at number 3. You had it at 3. No, you had it at 3. Gio had it at 4. I had it at 9, and Keith had it at 8.
Wow, made all our lists.
It's one of 3 that made all our lists.
That trailer is bad.
Yep.
Riding Lightning, guys.
This is the big
Yep.
tentpole thing I was just talking
I mean,
about.
and
Wonder
it's
Woman.
hard for me
It's
not
Wonder Woman,
not to agree with you, but just for me, it's like most solo superhero movies aren't tentpole movies, but I mean, I'm so excited
Most
for it. Don't get me wrong.
Batman,
Yeah.
Superman,
Yeah.
Wonder
Hey,
Woman on that level. Spider-Man.
real
it's
quick,
up there.
what DC movies have hit $1 billion? Have any of them? Was it-
Aquaman hit $1 billion.
Aquaman. Is that
Do you mean like DCEU or
Like
just
the new ones?
DCEU, the
I
new
think-
ones. Just
I
Aquaman?
think only
No,
Aquaman.
no. There's 4 of them because I just saw a meme the other day that was like,
That made $1 billion?
MCU character. How many?
Wait,
$4
there's
billion
probably 4
movies is there?
DC movies,
Or
but not.
DC or DCE.
Jake's to ask DCEU, which is
Yeah.
anything Man of Steel.
Man of Steel on.
And
Still
excluding
600
Joker.
million.
I think it's just
BBS
Aquaman.
was 850.
Joker was the closest. Oh, I guess it's not. That's 999.3.8.
I thought Joker made $1 billion.
Oh, then you might. Yeah, so it's only Aquaman as far as the DCEU goes.
Which is crazy to think.
This movie will hit $1 billion.
This movie,
This movie will hit $1 billion.
Oh
It'll
yeah, I
hit $1
hope so.
And Wonder Woman, the first one made $821.8 million.
I'm sorry. Anything that's done in the 80s, people eat it up.
That score is.
It better
so
stay that for the
much
movie,
Yeah.
though.
I-
It better stay that for the movie.
It better stay that
Yes.
style. Yep.
I hope so too.
I'm afraid that they just did that for the trailer.
I hope not. But
Yep.
it is so cool. The trailer mixed with the music is so awesome. And I actually love that Steve Trevor's back. I don't care how. I love that he's back.
I think
It has to
there's
work.
something behind
It's
it
got to work.
That's working to the story.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal's character
To-
somehow.
to
brought
mess
No,
with
I
it.
do care how, but I'm saying like they came up with some reason why he's back
Yeah,
good.
okay.
Like
Yeah.
I love that.
There's no reason not to trust Patty Jenkins.
The
Yeah,
only
absolutely,
time
yeah.
I will be okay with them changing that score from the 80s is when they're on Themyscira.
Nah.
Like when they're doing like the Olympics, if it's like a like
Well, there's
going to
be different
stuff.
parts of the score.
But anytime they're back in
Yeah.
like the mall, that type of stuff, it needs to be that
any
type of
action
music.
scene in modern day, like
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was so against Kristen Wiig being Cheetah.
What?
No, not from no
I
way.
am not
she
anymore.
Yeah, she looks
Yeah,
great.
She looks like
And we've
she's
only
gonna
seen
be
like
great.
2 scenes from her, which is
No, no, no.
crazy.
I know, and I before when she was cast, I was like, what?
I was always
But
for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ever
I-
since it was.
I have no problem admitting I was wrong because she looks like she's going to be
The
Well-
thing is, I hope we don't actually see Cheetah in this.
We will.
movie.
Oh no, we will.
We will.
You think so?
Yeah,
yeah.
we will.
Cheetah.
I
I
don't think she's not going to be a one.
I like that they're changing it
Oh, I
for
hope
for
not.
the character too. I don't know if you guys saw that they took her shield and sword away. She's not
Yeah,
using
she
him in the
doesn't have
movie.
that yet.
She's just using her
lasso.
her lasso and her I guess her crown, as they call it.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because the time era,
And
they,
the
they,
things.
she said that she chose not to, basically. So that's a cool story point that I'm excited for.
Excuse me, the Golden Age.
Yeah, the Golden Eagle.
She also has
the Golden
to
Eagle armor.
She's also hiding that she exists. too.
Exactly.
So like, because nobody knows about Wonder Woman, in that world.
Well, they will now.
Well, in that world, because when Man of Steel's like, they don't know about Wonder Woman during the Man of Steel time.
And we're also going to be getting the Invisible Jet. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which is, I think
Which we
it'll
saw
be like
in the
stealth.
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did see it.
It'll be like the helicarrier.
You can see it from the inside, from the outside.
Yeah, well, what other thing that other than the Invisible Jet is
because I
flying
think
through fireworks?
But I think in the comics, I think it's magic. But I think in this case, it'll be like some kind of
Technology.
You
Probably
just
from
see-
Themyscira.
You just see two people
Because
sitting there flying.
they're invisible
It'll
themselves.
be like- yeah, right.
I'm excited to revisit them Mascara too.
I still
Well, and it looks like there's more scenes,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
I
I've always
scenes,
wanted. We
yeah.
may never get
And
this answer, but
Robin Wright.
yeah, she's back in
Yeah,
it.
and,
But
well,
no,
she
I'm
could be a
curious to see
flashback.
in BVS. She talked about who knows what they're doing with their continuity now, but she was looking for this sword.
The God Killer.
Yeah.
No, in Batman v Superman, remember she was looking for a sword. She's talking to Ben Affleck about this sword. The real sword hangs above the Sultan of Wolf's bedroom. And he was like, "How do you know that?" or whatever. Like she was.
Huh. I guess I blocked that movie out of my memory.
Yeah.
So curious.
Do you remember what he's talking about?
No, I remember that scene, but she didn't say like, I'm going to look for this sword now. Like it hinted at it though.
No,
like,
she's was looking for it.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
She's going to be writing.
Not like she was. Yeah, you're right. She didn't overtly say.
Yeah, but I
she
know what
wasn't
you mean.
trying
Yeah,
to find
yeah,
it.
yeah.
She turned into Spider-Man and Thor at the same time.
I think she said she had been.
They
searching.
also
Yeah.
the best thing to come out of this trailer is the meme with Zachary Levi Shazam, where he's shooting the lightning and then she rides the
that would be
lightning.
So cool.
So good,
That's awesome.
such a good
Oh, I
movie.
haven't
That would
seen
be great. Those characters are kind of related. Not related.
But it's in the mythology,
they're
like the
yeah.
mythology
So-
thing.
Yeah, yeah, God
I really
stuff.
thought she'd
Justice
be
League 2.
Oh Jesus. Okay, let's move on. Number 3. This was on 4 list, and at highest it was at number 2 on Mr. Avalosino. 30 points. Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
It was not on Mr. Bartley's list.
You are just making enemies with me right now.
He just watched.
Yeah, what the hell? I just watched it. Like,
Yeah, I know. I was the one that challenged him to watch it.
Yeah. You give him a break.
I mean,
why would I
look,
be
look.
like, oh my god, now
Look,
I'm
This
excited for
this movie
Top Gun
35 years or so in the making, maybe 32, somewhere around there. I mean, the trailer to me is just perfect.
The anthem plays.
It is
slowly.
perfect. You
Yeah.
have that classic theme.
These trailers with their
Oh, it plays like
scores
ball.
are getting me.
Yeah.
I was going to say
They're
something
getting you
bad.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant to say it like pulling me in hard.
Oh, Brian.
But what? Pulling me in?
Hard? Oh, come
that
on,
works
Brian.
too.
Okay, whatever.
Um,
But these trailer scores are killing it lately, and that's what drew me into this. That's what Wonder Woman's the highest comic book movie. Oh, Eternal. But other than that,
So it's number 3 on the list. So
number
it was
3
on
on
all
the
of your
list.
lists.
All on the list. Yeah,
Pretty
look.
high then, right?
Say it again.
Pretty high then.
Yeah, it had. So Brian had it at 2. Gio had it at 7.
Okay.
No, Gio had it at 5. Excuse me. I had it at 3, and Keith had it at 4.
The trailers have been just great.
So good.
They
So
are.
all
yeah.
4 of us had a top
The
5.
action sequences.
So Gio had it 7, right?
Yeah, Gio had it at a top 5. He had it at a top 5.
The aerial dogfight.
Yes.
No, it looks amazing. I just I don't have as much of an attachment.
So we talk about this every time a Tom Cruise movie comes around. We know how crazy he is as far as reality with his movies. But they released that featurette like a week or 2 after the most recent trailer.
There was a featurette before Jojo Rabbit, and they said he got the other actors to fly the plane.
So
too.
they did
like
the
Miles Teller
featurette,
is actually flying the plane.
and they talked him into doing all the flying themselves. And the cool thing is, what I really like is that they stuck 6 cameras inside the cockpit with them each time they flew the plane.
Too.
Yeah, and so it's all real. It's all real. I mean,
That's
obviously
amazing.
there's going to be moments that aren't, but
Yeah.
98% of the movie is them flying the planes, and to me that just adds another notch to the level of
Absolutely, yeah.
anticipation for the movie. I mean, obviously Tom Cruise in the movies, but being Top Gun, coming back, the cast is amazing. I mean, Tom Cruise, Val Kilmer's coming back, Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, Glenn Powell, John Hamm, and Ed Harris. I mean, great cast, killer cast.
Yeah, the cast is amazing. Glenn Powell literally got a role made for him by Tom Cruise because he loved it so much in auditions. And Miles Teller with that dirty stash.
And I love his name. His
Rooster.
Rooster,
so
yeah,
awesome.
great name.
Goose's son.
Goose's son,
Yeah.
yeah. But Glenn Powell auditioned as well, and like Brian was saying, because he was so good, they made the role for him, which is cool. Yeah.
Still no sign of Val Kilmer, right? In the trailer?
On the trailers.
We're not gonna. I bet you.
No, I think there is a sign of him.
They're
in the
gonna-
trailer.
Yeah. I
yeah.
hate that you said that because
Yeah,
now
sorry,
that's
guys.
100% what it is.
Sorry, guys.
You guys talked about that before too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't say it just in case nobody knows.
Yeah, you
so.
totally spoiled that.
They're gonna. He might be like Luke.
Iceman. Ice.
But yeah, I was a Navy kid. I saw Top Gun when I was a kid in the theater. I remember seeing it. My dad was stationed at Oceana Naval Air Station most of my JVs for most of my childhood. So that was my favorite thing, watching F-14s doing their practice stuff as a kid, flying around. So I love Top Gun. Again, any other year this would have been number one for me.
Yeah.
But-
It's
Now you're gonna
stacked.
take your kids to go see it at that exact same.
a very expensive
Yeah.
movie day.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. Moving on to number 2, and this only beat Top Gun by 1 point, coming in at 31 points. The second movie to be on all 5 of our lists. It was. Let's see. It came in at number 7 for Brian. It came in at
I know what the
number
top two are.
number 3 for Gio, 2 for Jacob and me, and 10 for Keith. No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie.
That's right.
Um, Cary Fukunaga, Daniel Craig coming back one more time, Bond 25. Rami Malek playing the villain. You got the cast back from the past couple of movies. Ralph Fiennes, Leah Seydoux, Naomi Harris, Lashana Lynch is in there. Great cast. Ben Whishaw back as Q.
What do you say, Ana de Armas?
And Anna de Armas is in there as well. And the trailer, I mean, blew me out of the water. Personally, I do think that it's the best trailer of 2019 in my opinion. So, the single best trailer of the year. So
And now we got Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer doing the score. Yeah, that just came out.
I might
That just
agree
came
with
out.
you on that. That's crazy. I didn't even. So it got ruined, but I talked about Knives Out and I didn't even think about that they're in Knives Out together, and they're like on screen a lot
Yeah,
in Knives Out
yeah.
together, and I knew she was in it, but that's a pretty cool connection. But this trailer is freaking amazing. Is it a Mercedes that he's driving?
Yeah.
When the gun
No,
flies
Aston
out?
Martin.
Oh, is
Aston
it
Martin,
Aston
yeah.
Martin? Oh my goodness, that
James Bond classic, man.
He only drives Aston Martins. Come on.
moment is incredible.
Drove BMW once.
Bulletproof windows. Machine guns coming out of the headlights. The motorcycle up the hill. I mean, there's so many things I love about this. And Rami Malek playing the bad guy, which is really cool. Oh, Christoph Waltz, didn't mention him. He's back.
Yeah.
Which don't know what kind of role, but he's back in some capacity. So
He was in the trailer, right?
Yeah,
he
Oh,
was.
he is.
Yeah, he was a voiceover
He's got a
for the
beard.
first half. He was the
Okay,
voiceover. Yeah.
dangerous. Man, don't let him get involved.
They're doing the same thing they did in Mission Impossible.
With Sean Harris. Yeah.
Pretty much.
But this time it's a little different because he's his brother. Family love.
Which I hate. That's why I have this at 10 because of Spectre. To be honest.
Yeah, Spectre.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's been 5 years since that, so it was time for a new James Bond movie.
Oh, definitely.
I was personally hoping for a different James Bond, Idris Elba. But, I mean, the fact that Daniel Craig is coming back one more time, Cary Fukunaga is in there,
Yeah.
Craig coming off of Knives Out.
I forgot that he was his brother. Thanks for ruining that.
Yeah.
I washed that out of my mind.
It's a different director, different take.
That's
It
the
could
thing
be a
for me.
completely
That's why
something
I'm
different.
so stoked
Something
about it, 'cause
different.
it's new director. And
Yeah.
I want this James Bond, the one with Daniel Craig, to end strong.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
just
So
want
same.
it to end
I
strong.
want his 5 movies to be remembered. I know that there's a couple speed bumps, but for the most part, you can watch them all. They're not movies like I would never throw that on. So you may think otherwise, obviously, but I would throw Quantum of Solace on if I was sitting at home or something.
A Royale and all.
Oh,
Yeah, the movie is incredible, but I do think that it has a high chance
You can
of.
watch all 4 movies, and like none of them are terrible enough to where you have to like
And
skip one.
and really, it's the first time in James Bond history that they're really all connected in a way. Typically, James Bond are single stories, right? Maybe a little bit connection here and there.
Like Austin Powers.
But they're really 5 movies that are pretty much one single franchise together, which is really cool. So
The only thing they've done wrong, I think he's the best Bond.
Agreed.
It's been my
Agreed.
favorite.
Yeah.
I love movies haven't all been.
Pierce Brosnan.
I don't love Skyfall as much as everyone else.
Really?
It's very good. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't want to get into that, but Inspector was just kind of dull. I don't like the idea of just destiny and this is why he was all that. Somebody from it's always something from his past that comes back to the just. I just want to see a James Bond mission, spy mission, and he's gonna go stop the person from acquiring this thing and becoming the world's greatest this whatever superpower of this, or he's gonna hold up somebody ransom. And he's gotta go just missions. I want to see a mission, not all this destiny. And Blofeld's brother. What are you doing?
How he was responsible for all the
Yes!
bad guys
Yeah.
and whatnot.
And they've been behind. They've been behind all of this ever since the beginning, and all that. Come on, so
I don't care. Rami Malek's the bad
but I
guy.
am excited. I'm definitely looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to seeing Carrie direct.
This one. Yeah, for sure.
First, like big budget movie
And-
for him.
And none of those things are his fault. So he has to take what the story
I didn't
has.
say
given.
that.
No, I know.
Previous
But I'm
movies.
saying like, so he has to take all those story points and make a movie based off of that.
Doesn't
So
have to.
like, kind of does in a way.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm saying like you should be more excited because
Well, I am.
it's gonna be awesome.
This is the one I was saying. Between this and the Last Night in Soho, it was like
Totally.
Like
Yeah,
I said, because of the trailer.
I feel you.
So I went ahead and watched the trailer again. I said, yeah. So
All right, guys, moving on to number one, and this won by 9 points. No surprise here. On all 5 of our lists, let me run down the rankings real quick. Brian had it at 6. Gio had it at 1. Jacob had it at 1. I had it at 7, I believe. No, yes, 7.
I did lower than wow.
No, I think I might have had 5, actually. 5, excuse me. And Keith had it at 2. Christopher Nolan's Tenet. No surprise
looks
here.
insane. It's oh my gosh.
The mind F.
Yes, it's a yep exactly.
Yep.
Robert Pattinson, John David Washington coming
Yes.
off of Black Klansman. Robert Pattinson coming off of The Lighthouse, which I still need to watch. But oh my god, it's just crazy. And the more times you watch the trailer, even just the trailer,
The
it's
more
like
confused.
there's more. You're just like, wait a minute, what? This is actually this, and it's all in reverse.
as
What?
soon as I heard Nolan and time travel, I just started. All right.
Our brains
Is it
can
time
only
travel,
take.
though?
I don't know if it's time travel.
Reversal,
Yeah.
Weaponized
Who
time
knows?
Our brains
Maybe,
can only
I don't
take
know.
so much screwing with from.
No, give me all
It's
the
gonna be
brain
weird.
screwing possible with him, man.
Every one of his movies has some weird game-breaking element
Concept.
to it. Yeah, or some kind of weird, like even people thought, like like going into Dunkirk, which I love, but it's like okay, Dunkirk's gonna be straightforward.
Nope.
Now I'm sitting here watching it, going, wait, okay, what? And then we get to the end, like, oh, okay, I got it.
He wants
But I
to
love
make-
that though.
He makes it complicated on
Yes,
purpose.
he-
Like,
he
him
does,
and his
bro.
brother. Yeah.
Any time, yeah, definitely his brother. I'm a big Westworld guy, but any year that Nolan's coming out with something, that's automatically it's top 2.
You had it number 2, and then
Yeah.
Saints of New York was number 1.
So
So for me,
number one for you though, Eternals.
no, for me it comes down to like I just put every movie against each other, and Tenet was beating every movie. Like it's like if I could only watch one movie from this year, what would it be? And it'd probably be Tenet. Like I mean, that's hard not to pass up on Black Widow or No Time to Die or Wonder Woman 84, but it has to be this movie. It looks so incredible, and surprisingly enough, because I've been disappointed with the last 2 Nolan films. I didn't love Dunkirk, and I didn't love Interstellar. So I'm still there though, like because I love Christopher Nolan so much that I'm still there. It's still my number 1.
I'll agree with you on Dunkirk. Interstellar, I
Those scores.
Yes.
I need to watch
Oh, you
Interstelllar
know,
like
Hans Zimmer's doing now.
like
This is the one.
15
He's
more
definitely doing
times
this, right?
before.
I don't believe he is.
Oh, really?
Let me look it up real quick.
It's Wally Pfister. The,
Hoyt van
shooting
Hoytema.
Oh, really?
Hoyt van Hoytema, if that's how you say his name.
He's not
But
gonna
it's
get
also
no schmuck.
the 2 leads as well,
Oh, yeah, of
like
course.
who
Yeah.
make me.
That's cool. Yeah,
The
right.
2 leads.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that.
Dude,
Is Michael Caine in this movie?
Yeah.
I think he is.
Is he really? I was
He
kidding.
is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
he is.
here's
He's in
the
the
I don't
yeah
recall seeing him.
here's the cast. Pattinson, Washington, Elizabeth Debicki,
Love her.
Himesh Patel, who is, I mentioned he was the lead in Yesterday.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Clemence Posey, who, if you see her face, you would recognize her from other movies. Very good young actress. Michael Caine, Kenneth Branagh.
Parker Starr.
Kenneth Branagh, nice.
Kenneth Branagh was in the trailer. Yeah. But for the cinematographer, he's doing Tenet. He did Ad Astra. He did Dunkirk, Spectre, Interstellar, Her, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, The Fighter. List goes on. So he's got a good record.
That
So
opening shot.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah. Like this,
I knew it was going to be number one.
there's not much to say. There's really not much to say.
I
I
knew it was
mean,
going to be.
Nolan. You just say Nolan.
I will. I guess I'll pose a question though instead of talking about it. Go around the room. Yes or no's. Is there a connection to Inception?
Yes.
Inception's on Netflix, by the way. If you've never seen it, it's on
Yeah, it
Netflix.
is. Yeah, it is. I saw that.
I want there to be, but I don't think
I don't
there
think
will
there
be,
is. Yeah,
because
I
I
think
think
really
no.
so.
it'd be too good to be true. I think that'd be really cool, but
almost
I
don't
think
know
it'd be
if I
too
would
good to
want
be true.
I'm with you, Gio. I've been saying it for months now.
Yes.
Been saying it for
If
months
there
now.
is,
I
it's
want
gonna
it to be.
very, very
Subtle,
loose.
very subtle.
There was actually a prequel comic to Inception about that Sobol company that hired
Yeah.
their job at the beginning that got all screwed up.
Yeah.
That they were doing, and so it's possible
Connected
might
to
be
that.
this. So if that's the case, that would be cool. So
Are they gonna pull a split on us? Leo,
Yeah,
Do a
right.
Nolan trilogy.
Leo shows up at the
Yeah,
end.
do a Nolan trilogy.
That would be
Look at Keith's face. Look at Keith.
that would be crazy,
And then
dude.
2023.
And like for some reason, the dream and the time thing is connected, and it's like,
that will maybe they make those machines if that's that company and they make weird dream Inception machines.
that would be so
We've
cool.
got space, time.
Oh, what if Matthew McConaughey? What if it's on that weird circular? This is set on that weird rotating.
And he just shows up. Matthew McConaughey just shows up in this movie. You're like, wait, what a minute. Man,
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to our honorable mentions before we get to our individual lists. If you guys want to pull those up while I read these off. Coming in at number 20, only on Brian's list at number 10, The King's Man.
What? Not even on yours? Wow.
Um,
That actually surprises me.
Number 19, coming only at Jacob's list at number 9, is Mank. 18, only on Gio and Jacob's list at number 10, both of you, Birds of Prey. 17, only on Gio's list at number 9, Venom 2.
Wow.
Well,
16,
that is this year.
That's how I
same. 16, only on Jacob's list at number 8 is Godzilla vs. Kong. 15, only on Gio's list at number 8 is Fast and Furious 9.
Wow.
14, only on my list at number 7 is The Trial of Chicago 7, which is the new Aaron Sorkin film.
Oh,
Yeah, we talked.
13, only on Gio's list at number 7 is Free Guy. 12 on both of Gio and Keith's lists, with Gio having it the highest, Coming to America 2. And number 11 on Keith and Brian's, with Keith having it the highest, A Quiet Place 2. So barely missed the cut.
That was my number 11.
Barely missed the
I was
cut.
surprised that one.
Yeah,
Didn't
so that's our 20. I'll run through those at the end of the show, but for now, let's go through our individual lists. Keith, why don't you go start us off, man?
All right, well, I'll just say I went with 13. I had Death of the Nile. But
Oh, is that coming out this
Yeah.
2020?
yeah.
Oh
Can't wait for
shoot!
that.
I mean, it might not have been in my top 10, but I'm excited for that.
But my number 10 was No Time to Die. Just edging out last night in Solo. So 9, unfortunately, I had Coming to America 2, which I was very excited about because Coming to America is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
But after watching Dolomite Is My Name, I would inch that up, probably maybe even in my top 5.
Damn.
That movie's a classic.
It is a classic. The cast is great. And same director,
Yeah.
apparently, so I'm very excited about that. Wonder Woman 84, I had at 8. Black Widow at 7. Mulan at 6. Quiet Place Part 2 at number 5. Top Gun at 4. Dune at number 3. Tenet to Many Saints of Newark is number 1. I'm such a Sopranos guy. I can't wait to see that. I think a lot of people. David Chase is actually also directing this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Really?
he's
Okay.
directing it. So.
Creator, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Interesting. That could
And,
go good or bad. Did he direct episodes of Sopranos?
He directed the finale, I think. A lot of it was directed by Alan Taylor.
Yeah.
So yeah, he directed a lot.
Well, he did Game of Thrones as well.
Game of Thrones,
He
yeah,
did
Thor, right? He did
Thor, the
a lot
Dark
of
World,
HBO stuff.
and he did
Genesis.
Terminator.
He did direct that, didn't he?
Nah.
Yeah.
Jacob,
So,
it's yours.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to The Last Duel, which almost made my list. It's starring Adam Driver, Ben Affleck, I think Matt Damon.
Yep.
And then also to Halloween Kills, because it's hurt me not to put those two on my
I hate
list.
that title.
It's not a great title, but I'm excited for the movie. Number 10, I have Birds of Prey. Number 9, I have Mank. If you guys don't know what it is, it's a David Fincher film about the writer.
Sorry, what? David Fincher?
Yeah, it's.
How did I miss that?
I've never heard of
World
it.
War Z 2.
It
Never
follows
heard
the
of it.
screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz. How do you pronounce that word? Tumultuous development.
Tumultuous, yeah.
Orson Welles' iconic 1941 movie Citizen Kane. So it's
Oh.
kind of about the making of Citizen Kane.
It's directed by David Fincher.
David Fincher is my favorite director of all time. So
This changes everything.
yeah, and then number 8 I have Godzilla vs Kong. Number 7 Mulan. Number 6 Last Night in Soho. Number 5 The Many Saints of Newark. Number 4 Black Widow. Number 3 Wonder Woman 84. Number 2 No Time to Die, and number 1 Tenet.
Real quick, Mank. Do you know the cast?
Um,
It's Gary Oldman, Charles Dance, Amanda
Yes.
Seyfried, and Lily Collins.
so that's why. So I didn't know David Fincher was making a movie this year.
I had no
And
idea.
So like when I went,
Tune in next week when we redo this.
so that's the thing. Like when I went through my list, I was like, he's coming out with a movie this year. And
Are you
it's
sure it's
about-
this year?
It says 2020. Yeah.
It says 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Probably around Oscar season, man.
Yes. Wow. I missed
No
that.
official release date as of now, but it says this year.
I've been waiting. Fincher, it's been, 6 years since Gone Girl?
Long, the 14.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
been working on the his show
Mindhunter.
on Netflix.
Mindhunter, yeah.
But,
Well, that is him, Ron.
Go ahead, Brian.
All right, mine. My 10.
yeah.
The King's Man is at 10. 9 Mulan. 8 A Quiet Place 2. 7 No Time to Die. 6 Tenet. 5 Dune. 4 Black Widow. 3 Wonder Woman 1984. And number 2 Top Gun Maverick. Number 1 The Eternals.
Eternals. That's not the.
Drop
Oh,
the
fine. I thought you were correcting my Eternals. I was like, what?
Go ahead, Gio.
All right, number 10, Birds of Prey. Number 9, the Andy Serkis directed Venom 2. Number 8, Fast and Furious 9. 7, Free Guy. 6, Coming to America. 5, Top Gun. 4, Wonder Woman 84. 3, No Time to Die. 2, Eternals. And number 1, Tenet.
All right, number 10, I have Mulan. 9, Wonder Woman 1984. 8, Black Widow. 7, The Trial of the Chicago 7. 6, Eternals. 5, Tenet. 4, Last Night in Soho. 3, Top Gun Maverick. 2, No Time to Die. And number 1 is Dune.
Nice.
All right, let me run through our overall list real quick for us, guys. Let me go through 20 through 1. I'll just do it very quickly. The Kingsman at 20, Mank at 19, Birds of Prey 18, Venom 2 17, Godzilla vs. Kong 16, Fast and Furious 9 15, The Trial of Chicago 7 14, Free Guy at 13, Coming to America 2 at 12, A Quiet Place 11 and 11. A Quiet Place 2 at 11, excuse me. And then our official list, 10, Last Night in Soho, 9, Mulan, 8, The Many Saints of Newark, 7, Black Widow, 6, Eternals, 5, Dune, 4, Wonder Woman 1984, 3, Top Gun Maverick, 2, No Time to Die, and number 1 of 2020, Christopher Nolan's Tenet.
I thought a Top Gun sequel would make top 3.
Easy.
Well, no. I'm talking about, like,
I get you.
a few years ago.
Yeah,
Top
totally.
Gun Maverick.
I'm surprised you're not as excited that Wonder Woman so high.
Not surprised.
Beat out a bunch of MCU movies.
What else is there to expect? It's
okay.
Wonder Woman 84.
Any last...
Doing a shout out too. This is great. I don't know if it's great, but Antoine Fuqua has a movie called Infinite coming out.
With Mark Wahlberg.
He's one of my favorite directors, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Taika Waititi has a movie coming out, but it's about soccer.
Yeah.
So
I've heard it's
Oh, is that this
incredible.
year?
Michael Fassbender movie.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah, I've heard
He
it's
said-
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a soccer fan.
Anything
so I don't
Taika
know.
does, anything
But-
Taika does, I don't
but
care.
After
It's crazy. He said Michael Fassbender
He
is
said he's a comedic
genius.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that interview.
So after watching Jojo Rabbit, I want to put, it's called, and the name is stupid. It's like something first goal or something. It's called something like that.
I'm in for anything Taika does.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
care.
Absolutely.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Anything.
Was it on your honorable mentions or
I didn't even know.
I don't know if it's this year.
It is now.
Yeah, it's coming out next year, and I thought about it, and that was before I saw Jojo.
Yeah,
Rabbit.
and I mean with these lists, because it's in January, there's so many movies we don't even know about right
Exactly.
That
now.
always happens.
So many movies, like look at Peanut Butter Falcon
Right, yeah.
or 1917. That this time last year we didn't know about them, and so there's a lot of movies that don't make our list. Maybe we do something halfway through the year once we learn about more. You know,
Some
who
gets
knows?
moved up. And,
Yeah, they're
I
gonna be
think
shifting
what's done
and
before
stuff
are
like that.
most anticipated for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we'll have to once we
in June.
learn about
Yeah,
more
yeah,
stuff.
in
yeah.
June.
Because there's a lot more stuff that's going to be coming. But for now, that is our official list, our most anticipated overall movies of 2020. That includes geek and just movies in general. It's everything that comes out this year. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you guys let us know in the comments what you think of our list, what your list is, the movies you're looking forward to the most. Is our list wild? Is there something in our individual list that you think is absolutely crazy? Make sure you guys let us know down below. Hit that like button. Share, of course, with all your friends and family, social media. You can find us there on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Audio podcast platforms as well. Spotify, Apple, Anchor, Google, anywhere on there. And, of course, our main stuff is up on your YouTube. So you can find us here as well. Hit that bell icon. You'll always know when we have something going. And so for the crew, Keith, Jacob, Brian, Gio, and myself, this is Apocaflix Movies, our most anticipated overall movies of 2020. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Cool. All right.